Hello, stamping friends. Welcome to my weekly video. I'm Terry Hartley at Rustic Cards, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Today I have some cards using a stamp set that we'll be carrying over from the annual catalog into our new catalog, plus some designer series paper that will be retiring soon, but the last I checked, it is still available. And I want to talk to you about free shipping. Yes, I said free shipping, plus my In Color Club. So I'm going to turn the camera down. We're going to get started. But before I do that, welcome all of you. And if this is your first time here, I appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you returning. Please consider subscribing by clicking that subscribe button. And those of you that follow me, yes, I am back in Iowa. Okay, let's turn the camera down and let's get started. All right. Well, tomorrow, Wednesday, April 19th, 2023, is one day only. Stampin' Up! Is offering free shipping one day only on all orders or on orders of $75 or more. So, one day only free shipping, and you can contact me in the description. You'll find the information if you need help with ordering, or you can, my online store will be in the description too. So again, free shipping on orders of $75 or more, one day only tomorrow, Wednesday, April 19th. Last chance is going on right now, so this is a perfect time to place your order from the annual catalog that is retiring, along with the mini catalog that is retiring, that I don't have handy here to show you. But the mini and the annual catalog will soon be retiring. So if you still have some wish list, get those during the free shipping tomorrow. This is also a great time to purchase cardstock, all those consumables, adhesive, those type of things. So just wanted to make you aware of that. And of course, May 2nd, the new annual catalog will be available to order from. And if you are a customer of mine, you should be receiving your catalogs this week. I cannot open the catalog, but isn't the cover beautiful? If you would like a catalog and do not have a catalog, there is in the description how you can contact me and request a catalog. Okay, so once again, this year I'm going to be offering my In Color Club. We have 5 new In Colors, and they are Boho Blue, Copper Clay, Moody Mauve, Pebbled Path, and Wild Wheat. And I know we all want the ink pads, the cardstock, everything in these 5 colors. So I have broken up, so you will receive some product from each color every month. And that way, it's a great way to budget and receive the In Color ink pads and more for 5 months, May through September. And in the description, I will have the information where you can read the information and also go ahead and sign up. So the In Color items, I have them listed, and it's $42 each month, and that does include shipping, and you'll receive an ink pad, a refill, Stampin' Blends, part of a pack of cardstock, part of designer series paper each month, and eventually you'll have all you'll have designer series paper for all 5 colors, as well as for the cardstock, a handcrafted card using the In Color for the month that I will send you, that I will make, plus a card kit that's going to have 2 cards, one of each design will also be included. And the sign-up deadline is April 30th. I will invoice you a week before ordering. You must pay by the 1st of the month, and I'm going to place the order on May 2nd. So again, there's more information in the description about that. Okay, well, let's get ready to do some stamping. Hello, stampers. So today we are going to make an easy twisted easel card, and we're going to use In the Moment stamp set along with Designer Series paper from Regency Park and a few other items. And this is the Designer Series paper that we're going to use for the card, and then I have another card to show you at the end. So here is the card that we're going to make, and it comes twist and sits right behind this double oval and opens up for your message. So let's go ahead and make this. So I'm going to bring in my card base, and this is 11 by 4 1/4, and I'm going to do some scoring. I've brought in my trimmer, and one of the things I really like about the trimmer is because we have two blades. We have a cutting blade that is dark, and then the lighter blade is our scoring blade. And I'm going to place this at 5 1/2, which is the halfway mark. And we're going to score this. And then I'm going to turn our cardstock, and I'm going to put the corner in the track, and then right here on the score line is going to go in the track. Let's see if I can make sure you can see this. So I have the corner in the track, and then I have right the score line. And I'm going to score this, and the hard part's done. And then we're going to go ahead and we'll fold this in half on our score line. Give it a good crease. So open it up, and then we have this score line here. So I'm going to fold and I'll lay this aside. And I'm going to bring in two basic white cardstock. These layer for the front and layer for the inside. And these are 5 1/4 by 4. And then the measurements will be in the description. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in a little strip. I think it's maybe, I don't know, 1/4 or 1/2. And we are going to add this to the side. So let me grab my silicone craft sheet. And I'm just going to run some adhesive on the left-hand side. And then go ahead and add our Designer Series paper. And this is going to be for the inside. And then I'm going to turn this over, bring my snips in, and cut that off. And then we will go ahead and lay that aside right now. We'll bring in our other basic white 5 1/4 by 4. And I'm going to bring in a strip of our Designer Series paper. And this is 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. And we are going to add this right down here. And this, as you can see, this is longer than 5 1/4. And then I can just go ahead and cut that off. Or you can just trim it to 5 1/4. That's fine too. I think maybe I'm going to go do that. The advantage sometimes of leaving it a little bit longer is then you know you have good coverage. Sometimes when you trim, if you don't get it exactly right, then you get it a little bit shorter. So I'm just going to add some adhesive. And then we're just going to add this at the bottom. I'm going to turn to see if I want it. I don't think it really matters which way. Sometimes you design a series paper will look better turned one way than another way. I'm going to turn to look to make sure that I have that covered well. Kind of. And then I'm going to bring in some ribbon, and I'm going to bring in the Night of Navy ribbon, and we're just going to go ahead and just lay that. I think it's probably about 6 inches. And then I'm going to just fold this over. Turn that over. Now you can use glue dots. You can use adhesive. Like stamp and seal would be good. But I'm just going to use regular tape. And then I'm going to bring in so we have this right here. And then I'm going to bring in Night of Navy cardstock, and I'm going to add adhesive, and we're going to pop this up right on top of there. And we'll get it lined up. Okay, so we have a ribbon on there. I'm going to lay, actually I'm going to go ahead and adhere this layer to the inside of our card base. So I've added some adhesive. And we'll place it inside. All right, so I'm going to move this aside, and we're going to bring in some basic white. And this is 3 by 3.5, and we're going to do some stamping. And I'm going to bring in Night of Navy and our Memento Black. So we'll go ahead and grab our stamp. Now the other card I'm going to show you will have it'll have this image here on the card I'm going to show you at the end. So I'm just going to line this up and bring in our block and pick that up. And I'm going to go ahead. Now you could add the sentiment first and then the image. But I know I'm going to put the image, I'm going to stamp the image on here. So I'm going to take this all the way up to the top. That's a little higher than I had planned, but it'll work. I'm going to bring in Night of Navy and our sentiment. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax. And we will stamp that right underneath. And I didn't like the way I stamped that, so we're going to try that again. So I'm bringing in another basic white, and we're going to ink up our sentiment first. And let's just make sure that we have that straight. There we go. And now bring in our black, and we'll go ahead and ink up our stamp. Check and make sure we have good coverage. And I think it helps to have your sentiment first, because then we know exactly where we need to stamp our image. All right, now let's go ahead and bring in some blends and do a little coloring. So I'm going to use Granny Apple Green, Light Night of Navy, Crumb Cake and Ivory, and Daffodil Delight. Before I color that, what I will do for this that I stamped first is that I will stamp the sentiment on another piece of basic white, and then I will just cut around that and then adhere this or pop up the sentiment down here at the bottom and be able to reuse this. So no mistakes in crafting, right? Not in stamping. Okay, let's go ahead and let me grab my light crumb cake. I'm going to move this ivory over here, or I'll get mixed up with the, it looks a lot like crumb cake. And I'm going to, and we are going to go ahead and do the window veins. All right, and then the Light Night of Navy, it's going to add that on the hair tie. And then, let's see, we will do the cup. On the top, and we will do this pillow. And then I'm going to bring in the dark Daffodil Delight for her hair, and we are just going to go ahead and kind of go over some of those marks that are, those lines are already there, and then come back with the light Daffodil Delight. And it doesn't matter if you start with the light or the dark. Therefore, I'm going to come over here on this pillow, and I'm going to color the pillow in with the light Daffodil Delight, and then come back with the dark to do those lines. And then come back in again with the light, kind of just blend that together. And then I'm going to use Ivory for her arms and her hand. And I'm going to turn it this way, just easier for me to use the blends on her feet. And there's a little bit right here on her, where her shirt. So right there, don't want to forget that. And I'm going to bring in the dark Granny Apple Green. We're going to color her pants. You could do her pocket a little bit different if you wanted to, a different color. But I'm just going to go ahead and use Granny Apple Green. And we're going to make the waistband a little dark there. Okay, now we'll come back with the light. Granny Apple Green, and we will just go ahead Okay, and then I think we're going to do her shirt in a different color that I have out here. I'm going to bring in light and dark balmy blue. And I'm going to use the dark first. Come back with the light. And she's got her sleeve over here. And this balmy blue will pick up some of the colors in our designer series paper. Along with the Night of Navy cup and the hair tie. Okay, I'm looking to make sure that I didn't miss anything. And right here at the bottom of that seat, I think I will bring in dark crumb cake. Give it a little contrast. Okay. So let me move the blends out of the way. I'm going to bring in Night of Navy, and we are going to layer this right on top. Brought in my silicone craft sheet. And we're going to add some adhesive. And the blends do show through when you use Stampin' Blends, but that's okay. And this is just about an 1/8. The Night of Navy just about an 1/8 larger than the basic white layer that we're using. Okay, let's see. We're just about ready to put our card together. Going to bring in a scrap of basic white and a scrap of Night of Navy. And I'm going to bring in the double oval punch and use that, the larger one, for the Night of Navy. And then I'm going to slide this in for the smaller oval. And we will go ahead I'm going to adhere the basic white oval right on top of the Night of Navy. Okay, lay that aside. I'm going to bring in the Petal Park Builder, and it's like it has punches out 3 flowers and a leaf. I'm going to bring in the Designer Series paper, another sheet that we have used, and then I'm going to be, you can line this up, and this punch will cut out the flowers that are that's in this Designer Series paper. So I'm going to cut 2 of those out. It doesn't come in, it does not cut them out perfectly, but it is close enough. And then some of the Designer Series paper cuts it out exactly. So you just kind of have to check and see. So now we're going to bring our layer back. We're going to bring our card base. And we are going to go ahead and adhere this to the front of our card base. So here is our card. Remember, this folds up here. We are going to adhere the Night of Navy and the Basic White right on top of our card. But the trick is that we're only going to be adding adhesive in the bottom half of this triangle. So just in the bottom half of the triangle. So just holding it down a little bit. So there we go. And we'll get good coverage. And again, just this bottom half only is all you want to add adhesive to. Then we're going to take this and we're going to lay it right on top. And we want to make sure that we have it nice and even. So you want to make sure before you apply any pressure. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and add our image right on top, and we are going to bring in dimensionals, and we're going to pop this up. So it takes a little bit of time to do the coloring, but this is a quick and easy easel card. I hope you'll give it a try if you haven't. I'd love for you to let me know how it works for you. And of course, you could use any stamp set to make this. Okay, we're going to add this right here. And then we're going to open our card up so it opens. And then we're going to place our double oval in here, and then we're going to pop the flowers up, and that is what will catch our easel card. And I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals because that will give it a little height, and that will help our easel card. And I'm going to put 3 dimensionals, and then we can kind of decide. So we're going to take this and we can twist it. Kind of get that kind of like you want. And then I'm going to bring in our flowers, and we're going to pop those up. And we'll just put one right here. So the card opens like this, and then you can also twist it. But I'm going to lay this aside for just a second and bring in our iridescent pearls. because what I like about these, you can use your Stampin' Blends and you can change the color. I'm going to use the dark Night of Navy. I'm going to use that other end. Let's see. So we're going to add Night of Navy. Oh, I'm going to do 4 of them. And then you let them dry, and then you come back over them to darken them a little bit. I guess I was using dark Balmy Blue. So I brought in the light Night of Navy, and I've already went over it once, and you can see, you should be able to see that these are darker. And if I wanted them darker yet, I could use the dark Night of Navy. So now we are going to bring this card back and we are going to add some embellishments. So again, the card opens just regular, and then it turns and it sets up like this, and you can set this up on a table or something. I'm going to bring in my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to pick up one of the iridescent and put that right in the middle. On the inside. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a couple here. And then we're going to put one right down here. So this is our Easy Twisted Easel Card. And I hope you like it. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax. And again, it opens regular, but you can also grab the top and you just twist it, and there you go. Let me show you the second card that I told you that is using the same designer series paper. I only changed the card base to Mango Melody and used a different image from the stamp set of In the Moment. And that is this card right here. And on this card, I went ahead and used the embossing folder, Cane Weave, to emboss the basic white. Use the same ribbon, different designer series paper, Mango Melody for my card base, and a different image, but the same sentiment. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax. And again, and this card will set up. So here are my 2 cards. And please leave a comment. Let me know if you like the cards. Let me know if you give it a try. It is quick and easy. And again, you can use any stamp set with this. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm Terry Hartley, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. I'll see you next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Central. Have a great week. Bye for now.